Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SA Accounting Academy. Here's a short clip on one of our previous webinars. I hope that you really do enjoy it.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to our MCLU webinar for March 2023, where we cover all the legislation and compliance updates during the month of February this year. My name is Lettie Janse van Vuuren, and I will be your facilitator for the next 2 hours. Let's quickly start off by just going through all the logistics slides. This is me. All right. You'll see I joined SA Accounting Academy in November 2017. This is what I do for a living. This is where my passion lies. I do the training. I do the webinar hosting. I do a lot of research as well. I also do the daily posts, the daily alerts that get posted on LinkedIn every day. In addition to that, I do a lot of technical summary videos that you can now access as well, and then ad hoc webinars. So this is what I do. And then I've got a couple of clients that always come to me for advice, where I do technical advice, file reviews, those kind of things. All right. But this is me. So my quotes for this month, because we all, I think, are feeling the financial belt tightening. I felt this is quite a nice one for the budget. Tax going into the budget, big funnel going into all these little pipes. And look what's left for the people, one tiny little bucket. All right. But in terms of our financial crisis that we are in, we realize that it's been really bad for everybody in South Africa. Everybody's battling. I don't think there's anybody except like the super rich that really aren't having issues at this stage. But it says here, almost every problem people face in their careers and other aspects of their lives, such as failed diets, marriages, and financial problems, are all the result of not taking enough action. That's what Grant Cardone said. And I tend to agree with him, because if you just sit back, we tend to become a nation that just complains all the time. You can't just complain. If you don't take action, you won't get a different result. So if you find yourself in a spot that you don't like, do something. All right. And then Nathan, he's one of the monks, he said, hope is important because it can make the present moment less difficult to bear. If we believe that tomorrow will be better, we can bear a hardship today. Very good advice, because I believe that hope is one of the few things that keep us going. All right. Together with faith and love, but hope being the center of it all. Right. So that's my little philosophical 2 cents for this time of year. What's on the agenda for today? As you can see, we've got our normal topics. From now on, like Karen said last month, we will have the sustainability updates as a regular feature. And under the tax update side, I will always try and give you an estimate of how many minutes we will more or less be spending on it. And as you can see, we've got 15 items this month. So there's a lot. I mean, there's been it was due to the budget speech in Feb. So we've got a lot of changes during Feb. And this I do for the tax practitioners among you, so that you can know more or less how many hours of this, or how many minutes of the 2 hours will be verifiable and are relating to the tax update. It's just a guesstimate at this stage. So please go through. If you find yourself going to actual documents to go and do more self-study, obviously that's going to be non-verifiable, but it will be additional hours that you can put in. All right. So you'll see we've got a good spread from the accounting update, auditing, employment law. We've got nice 4 items. Regulator news also important, 18 items. And then just 1 item I found as a really newsy topic. Let's get straight into our accounting update for this month. In the IFRS monthly news summary, which is available to you as a source document, you'll see at the bottom of every topic or every item, I have put there refer to source documents, and then you can go and find it in the source document. But there really is only 1 item of interest. All the rest is like the committee updates, which you're more than welcome to go and read through. You've got them, and they also contain the links in there. So let me just take you there. If I take you to the IFRS news summary, once it loads, so there we go. You'll see all of these. It's a PDF document, so you will be able to go through. If you want to go to the IASB updates and podcast, all right, from the February meeting, you can go and click on the link, and you can go and have a look at that. All right. The podcast is also available, which makes it quite nice, because you can just sit back and relax and listen. You don't have to to worry too much about reading. All right. So there's only one important aspect there, and it deals with the disclosure standards, the effective date. And I've put that in the sustainability section. But tentatively now they've set the effective date for IFRS S1 and IFRS S2 to start on the 1st of January 2024. It might still change, but this is a tentative decision. And I think they just want to make sure that everybody gets in on the bandwagon and starts preparing if they need to. Our second item is relating to the JSE. Right, this was issued by the FSCA. They issued the new rules or amendments to 3 sets of rules. All of these amendments relate to disciplinary matters and penalties, and it all comes into effect or came into effect on the 10th of January this year. The relevant amendments to the 3 rules, there's the one amendments to the interest rate and the currency derivatives rules, amendments to the equities rules, and then the derivative rules on its own. All right, I also gave you the consolidated gazetted notice there, so you'll see there are 4 source documents that you can go and refer to. Our public sector update, they've released the ASB, the Accounting Standards Board, have released the latest frequently asked questions on GRAP or FAQs, GRAP being generally recognized accounting practice, and remember that GRAP only applies to material items. So the questions here only focus on what the issues that are considered material. Okay, and it's of interest to public entities, constitutional institutions, municipalities, municipal entities, parliament, provincial legislatures, trading entities, and public further education and training colleges. Right. So you can have a look. Those are all called entities in this document. So they released this document way back when in 2011, and it's now been updated. They've updated Section 2 for the new framework that is available. And then they've also updated the references to the related fact sheets and renumbered a couple of questions. Right. And then those are the ones that's been updated. Then the FAQs itself was amended to include things like measurement periods, an example on housing projects, guidance on restricted cash and cash equivalents. So it's quite nice there, and I've given you enough detail so that you can go and have a look. Right. The next one is also for the public sector, and this is the update to the specimen financials that the departments use. It's for the 2022-2023 financial year that's been published now, and there is the link to it. Okay. It's not an Excel document or anything. You can go here and you'll find it on the website. Then the nice one that I found, this was issued 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. In November 2021, SAICA issued this as an exposure draft, and they wanted comments on it, and they now have finally finalized it. So this is the final template for illustrative financial statements on a body corporate. It's a full set of financial statements. It's based on IFRS for SMEs, as well as the Sectional Title Schemes Management Act, okay, the STSMA requirements. Just so that you know, the CSOs also form part of the original task force, so this has also been approved by them. But if you go and have a look at what this document looks like, you'll see there is the body corporate template. 28 pages, right. So you'll see very, very nice. And it looks familiar, all of it. Okay. Very nice template, this. So you're more than welcome to use this. This is the first version. And you'll see they say it's published December 2022. They only uploaded it to their website now. So at least we've got it. Great stuff. Okay. Right, so that's it for our accounting update for this month. Moving straight into our auditing and assurance update. In terms of the standards, IRBA have adopted the IAASB's 2021 handbook. Right, so the 2021 handbook was given to you when I last saw you, or when you last heard me, for the MCLU in January. All 3 of these volumes were included, and this is all about IRBA now adopting and issuing and prescribing these publications in South Africa to all auditors. So Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. Okay, so it's just to let you know that all of those standards are in there. And it also, as luck would have it, remember when they issued this in 2022, there were a couple of standards that were not effective yet. like, for instance, the QM standards, the quality management standards, ISQM1, ISQM2.
I hope that you enjoyed that video. For more of our webinar videos, go to www.accountingacademy.co.za. Thank you and have a lovely day.